Steve Berrio here at Manor Park Classics. I'm with our chairman, Stephen Ashworth. We had our bike sale yesterday. We opened our mezzanine, finished for the first time, wholly dedicated to bikes. We've gone from 20 bikes per sale to over 150 bikes. Great atmosphere, loads of people in the room, lots of bikes, lots selling, lots of happy new owners for those bikes. And I wondered if our car sale today could equal that.
Well, it has done, but only just. I think the bikes yesterday were superb, but we're here tonight to talk about the cars, aren't we? So, already we've done 80% on the hammer and post cleanup. They're still up there now, tidying up and doing all the post sales. I was sat with them most of the sale. There wasn't a lot we didn't sell, and when we have days like that, and February always is a good sale for us. In the last 5 years, it always seems to. We have a good barometer, a good start to the year, and I'm really pleased with today.
Shall we
have some great stock as well.
Let's look at some of the cars that we had in the sale, because there was a lot of attention, and not maybe, we had them in a prominent position. These three performance Fords, the three sizes, if you will, small, medium and large, starting with a small one, this Ford Fiesta XR2. Beautiful.
Now, when we spoke through the sale, you and you actually said, would this be a car for you? I actually had a 1.3 Fiesta Pop that I actually did up to look like an XR2.
All right.
Because obviously I was only young, I couldn't afford an XR2, couldn't afford the insurance, I couldn't afford to buy one, but I wanted one. So I actually spent my weekends making one look like this, and it was actually a pretty good car.
But this is one of the points.
I love them. I love them.
We love them, but this is one of the points one of the many points that I tried to make was that there is this quest for originality, and it's so difficult, isn't it? Because lads like me and thee, if I can get a bit Lancastrian with everybody,
absolutely.
The first thing we did when we got our hands on these cars is we put bigger wheels on, we put a loud exhaust on, we put a bigger stereo in.
Yeah.
So to find
we
a car...
all thought we were in the RSC rally, didn't we?
We did. I was.
Yeah.
No.
I wanted to be.
To find one like this, which is just about as original as it could possibly be.
It's a good car, this.
Hard to find,
hasn't sold yet, this car. It's close to, but hasn't sold yet. It's an exceptional car. It will go in the next 2 days.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And rare in these conditions. We do not get a lot of these through, and we get a lot of Fords through.
Yeah, because with the greatest respect to the people who own them from new, a lot of them ended up wrapped around bus stops or whatever.
Yeah,
because
we seem to have developed a really good reputation for the fast Fords.
Yeah.
The Porsches, the Audis, the German stuff. We do a lot of it. I mean, over there, Matt, just pan over. We sold one of the Pagodas today. And got a reasonable price for it. I mean, the market softened on Pagodas, but we got it away, which I'm pleased about. And we just seem to have this reputation of the fast Fords, and we're getting more and more of the bigger stuff, which I love. As well as when I set Manor Park Classics up, it was all about cars for everybody, and it still is. But we also want, as well as the entry level stuff, we want some big stuff, and that's what we're getting. We're getting more and more of that, and we sold some nice stuff today, and we're doing the Platinum twice a year.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Everything we get in on the Platinum, some big heavy stuff, some really expensive kit, we always sell either on the night or in the 2 or 3 weeks following, or in the next sale, the next main sale.
Stephen, where do we find a car like this? Because not only is the car in incredibly good condition, we have a history that's so complete. It's kind of at odds with the sort of person that might have bought this car.
It's very true, but you've obviously got an enthusiast who's bought this car, who's cherished it and loved it in the early days, and that's then passed on, hasn't it? It's rare. It's really rare.
Because you might change the steering wheel, but you wouldn't keep the old one, but this guy did.
Yeah, he did.
You might change the seats, but you wouldn't keep the old ones, but this guy did. He kept everything. And now in 2026, we're 40 years on nearly from when this car was new. And yet it's almost like, instead of being decades old, it's a couple of years old.
Yeah.
How do we find these cars? Are people bringing them to us now because we're getting a reputation
very much
for
so.
it?
Yeah. People are bringing them to us. We're getting some fabulous inquiries. We're also searching out the right customers and the right cars. And what you've also got to remember here is we get a lot of repeat business. Because of this facility, people feel secure buying and selling. Where with the automatic choice now, for these things, in every price range, right up to, well, I mean, we sold the Mercedes 1930s Mercedes for 237,000, 240,000.
Yeah. Pre-war.
But
So perhaps if we wander up there, that'll bring me to another.
let's just have a look at the.
Of course,
yes,
the coupe is in here.
Yeah.
Now, I think
that's one of the nicest 911s I've ever seen.
One of my pals, who's a concours d'elegance judge, professionally.
Yeah.
So his job is to pick holes in cars, and he will get forensic. He said to me, and he rarely says it, I cannot find a single thing wrong with that car.
It's beautiful.
And the spec on it as well. Because as you know only too well, back in the day, I mean, that would have been an optional extra.
Yeah,
people find it extraordinary to imagine that a rear view mirror could have been an optional extra.
But it was.
You had to pay for everything extra.
You did.
The sunroof, the Fuchs alloys instead of the teledials.
The sunroof was a big extra, and it wasn't it's quite a rare extra as well, wasn't it? Expensive extra.
How many people put a whale tail on the back? This one had it from new, didn't it?
Well, it's a sport, isn't it? So I think that was the reason why it was on.
And it's guards red, and it's got the grey interior.
Yeah. And then we've got
everything.
We've got the two European German powerhouses here. That's sold. This is still available. This is a beautiful car,
isn't it? It's
really
funny, isn't it?
And so rare.
Right at the end of the life of a car, the manufacturer will kind of sex it up a bit with some snazzy wheels and a bit of a body kit.
Yeah.
And frequently you think, oh, it doesn't look as good as the original. But I think this is the best looking 6 Series.
Without doubt. It was the final run-off, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And without doubt, the best looking. And it's got a fabulous set of alloys on it as well. I mean, those alloys and tyres, you're talking a few grand for those.
Yeah, the interior's in great condition.
Some of these cars, some of these cars are going for 50, 60,000 quid. You can have this for half that. 30, what's it guarded at?
30 to 34.
30 to 34.
Yeah.
It's a good value car, that.
And it's funny, somebody would have made a decision back in the day for this combination of this grey and black, when at the same time, cars weren't that colour. This could be orange, or it could be wacky yellow colour or something. It's so odd to see one in a colour combination of grey and black that looks so 2026, even though it's kind of such an old car.
Absolutely
so
right.
There's a home for this one, isn't there?
No question.
There really is.
This will go in the next 2 weeks, I'll be confident. If this is at the next sale, I will be really surprised. Shall we move forward, Matt, into here? That's a special TT. That got sold. We've got the mini room in here. Most of the minis went.
I think that Austin Healey Sprite that's there, that fooled a lot of people. They thought it was a little Italian, a little Fiat sports car.
Nice little
or
thing,
something
isn't it,
like that.
Yeah.
I think it's a good looking car.
Very good looking car. And through here, Matt, please.
Everyone loves a Mini, don't they?
Of course
An original one.
Most of this stuff is sold now. This was a good value car.
Yeah.
SL500. Not stupid miles. I think it was about 70,000. Can't see because it's not started, but it's got a lovely interior. Everything was spot on. Woof. Everything was spot on. Really good. All sold. That got sold. This was for me, this was one of the buys of the day.
Yeah.
Because this is I've had a few stags, and it's been stored for a long period of time. Really original car. I honestly don't think it's had much restoration work. It needs tidying up, but it's so original. But the parts, thanks to Rimmer Brothers, are so easy to get. You can soon...
I've got bad news for you though, Stephen.
Go on.
The tax has run out. 31st of the 7th, 08, it ran out.
It's been stored since then.
You'll be having to play for that.
Yeah.
It's very, as they say an honest car, don't they? It's not hiding anything.
This was a lovely car. There's 190e. This got sold.
So much interest in
most of the
this
stuff
car.
in here got sold.
So much interest.
Yeah.
At one point, nobody was that bothered. It was just a taxi, this, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
And yet now people have come to realise just how good they were. They go forever, don't they?
This was when Mercedes was absolutely at its peak, wasn't it? late 70s, early 80s. They were building the best cars in the world, without a doubt.
Yeah, and at that time, my dad worked in a factory in Bury where they made they don't call it vinyl, do they? They call it MB Tex.
Yes, that's right.
And the factory that he worked in, which had been a paper mill, went over to making that vinyl for Mercedes. Loads of people think it's leather, don't they?
Of course they do.
They go, like these leather seats, so they're in good condition. And I go, yeah, that's because they're not leather.
RX-7 got sold. It's a
love
rare car.
I love those. They're so rare.
So do I.
Great style, Ed.
Should be more money, really. Because they're great styling, fun little car.
First car I ever did on Top Gear.
Was it RX-7?
1991.
Wow.
The first mention of Top Gear. I didn't mention it all the way through the sale, and I've spoilt it right at the end there. Never mind.
And then this one's for the next sale, RS Cosworth. Just been dropped off. So looking forward to that. Lovely spec, beautiful colour.
Yeah.
And then you're in a good position here, Matt, just to have a look at the new Mez with all the bikes on, 150 bikes on there. And then you can pan right through to the main hall and the two. So now the facility is the two halls plus the mini room, plus the room over there, plus the offices on top where we've got bikes and cars as well. We've got, how many lifts now? We've got 3 lifts in here now, so we make full use of all the sort of first floor facilities as well. So by floor area now, it's the UK's largest facility.
Yep.
So it's secure. We've got 2 acres of yarding out there and gardens and things. It's just a fantastic facility, and we're going to build on it this year.
Yeah, and it does matter, doesn't it? Because people need to know that if they bring their pride and joy, which they've reluctantly agreed to part company with after God knows how many years or decades, they don't want it going somewhere where they're unsure about whether it's safe, where they're unsure about whether there's water coming in through the roof.
That's right.
You know, they can leave it with us knowing that it's here.
Drop your car off here at Manor Park Classics, either in the north, here in Runcorn, or in the south in Southampton. It will be undercover, looked after, from the day it's collected until the day it's sold. It's as simple as that.
And I'll say again, thank you, Stephen, I'll say again, if you can, it's great that so many of you have been online, but if you can, come on the day. I've spoken to at least 4 or 5 people today who said that. They said, you're always banging on about it, Barry, but I'm glad I did come down, because not just that there's a great atmosphere in the room, they've just been able to work things out about a car or a bike that they're interested that maybe would have been more difficult online. So if you possibly can, please come. We know that many of you can't. We understand that perfectly. But if you can, it's a great day out, and you can find out so much more about the vehicle.
We had a 92-year-old lady here yesterday.
We did.
Who sold her husband's collection of bikes. She had a lovely afternoon. We put her in the visitor area on the first floor. She had a lovely afternoon and sent me a lovely note afterwards. So come down, you'll have a good day. Thank you to all the buyers and sellers, and see you next time.